NXT took place last night from the Performance Center, and this was away from Full Sail University. I don't know when the last time they've done an NXT away from Full Sail. I remember they did some shows in Georgia maybe a year or two ago. But the thing that's interesting here is the Performance Center could also be the home of SmackDown tomorrow night if WWE decides to cancel that, which is going to take place in Detroit. So we could see the Performance Center host two shows. Maybe they host Raw. Maybe Raw's canceled too on Monday. We don't know how long this coronavirus is going to last. It's the biggest story in the world right now. Everyone's talking about it. Europe, the United States shut down travel. President Trump did from Europe to the United States. So, oof, man, this is the story of the year. This is the biggest story of the year. This is crazy. So you have, because this was actually, I'm sorry, I confused. This actually was not because the coronavirus show was there. I think it was just there for other reasons. I don't know what the reason it was, but this was not there because of the coronavirus at all. It had absolutely nothing to do with it. I think it had more to do with the situation of them needing a home that night, and for whatever reason, Full Sail was not available. So I thought it was actually kind of cool that they did live TV from the Performance Center. It looked kind of cool, actually. So it opens up with the crowd side was the problem. It opens up with the North American title, Keith Lee against Cameron Grimes. Keith Lee won. It was an okay match. It was not bad. It's clearly what they're doing here. It does seriously feel like it didn't feel like a major show tonight. It did feel kind of phoned in. But hey, it is what it is. Lee gets the win. He beats Cameron Grimes. He retains the title. After the match, Damian Priest jumps Keith Lee after the match. He hits him with a baton, but Dominik Dijakovic makes a save. Dijakovic runs off Priest and then picked up the North American belt, and Dijakovic almost was going to hit him, but Keith Lee, he actually picks Dijakovic up and hits him with the spear bomb. So that was a surprise. I guess they can set up a triple threat match. I don't know what they're doing at TakeOver in Tampa. Next, you have Dakota Kai against Mia Yim in the ladder match qualifier, and I'm thinking to myself, they just had Dakota Kai beat Tegan Nox. They gave her the big win in the cage last week. It was a cool match. They're just going to have her lose to Mia Yim clean. All right. I don't know why they pushed Mia Yim. I don't see her as a star at all. Mia Yim got the win. It was okay for a while. What you have is Raquel Gonzalez, who's kind of Dakota Kai's bodyguard. She interfered constantly in the match. She got involved. Eventually, she distracts her, and the backstarts blows up in her face. And they had Mia get the win here, and she will go on to. Sorry about the break there, but Mia is going to go on to the ladder match at NXT, and I guess in that match she'll most likely not win, but for them, they need a big ladder match on that show. It's a WrestleMania show, and also they don't have a women's title match on that show because Rhea Ripley's facing Charlotte at WrestleMania, so they need a women's ladder match. But who knows if that's going to happen? If it does, man, there's so much. Because WrestleMania weekends, you know what? WrestleMania is in big trouble because Europe. So many European wrestling fans. Wrestling's huge in Europe. What about from the UK? So WrestleMania is going to lose a lot of revenue because a significant portion of the people who go there, not the majority, but a big portion, come from outside of the country. Not just a different continent. A lot of them come from Europe. Some come from Australia. I have a lot of fans, so because they have such a fan base coming from all over the world, they're going to lose money. I think maybe they should consider pushing it back. There's no football season, so the Raymond James Stadium is going to be available. I think they should just push it back. So next, you have Tommaso Ciampa being interviewed by that blonde chick. I forget her name. She's good looking. I miss Kathy Kelly still, but she's the replacement. He just walked into, he just passed up interview, walked into the building. Kushida against Raul Mendoza. Kushida gets the win. Not much to say there. And they go to a pre-tape interview with Tyler Breeze. Next, Rhea Ripley comes out to the ring. She says Charlotte Flair would be knocked on her ass at WrestleMania. Charlotte then interrupts her. She appears. She also heals on the crowd, and they chant "Go back to Raw." Flair vowed to beat Ripley at WrestleMania. She was going to be drowned. She was going to drown the fastest rising star. A brawl interrupts and Charlotte hits her with a high quick. Then she goes to figure eight. Rhea counters, but Flair was able to trip up Ripley. Flair wrapped up Ripley's ring in the ring post and applied the Bret Hart figure eight around the ring post until officials were able to stop it. So Charlotte gets revenge on Rhea. They do a feature on Walter, and they tease the upcoming match with Finn Balor, which is going to be really good. I don't know who's going to win. I think Walter, because Finn might go to international. Finn can get the win. It wouldn't be a bad idea to put on Finn. Finn Walter's been champ for over a year now. They're just going to have him be champ permanently. Why not? SCU pulls up to the arena and they show Raul Mendoza. Next, you have Deonna Purrazzo against Tegan Nox. And it's weird, like, they just had Dakota beat Tegan last week, and Tegan's in the match and Dakota's not. I guess Dakota can still get in the match, but it doesn't make much sense now when you think about it. This was a decent match. It wasn't very long, though. Tegan Nox beat Deonna Purrazzo after she hits the shiniest wizard. I don't know what they have for Purrazzo. I don't know if she's going to be much of a star, but Purrazzo was in control for a while. Then Tegan hits the shiniest wizard. Undisputed Era comes to the ring for their match. They were going to do a tag match. Velveteen Dream appears, and he begins to cut a promo on Adam Cole. And Cole responds. And they say he will be the longest reigning NXT champion next week. I didn't know that. That's actually, yeah, he's been champ since June. It was an okay promo, but it sets up their match for TakeOver again if TakeOver happens. Next, you have the Tag Team Championship. Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne take on the Undisputed Era, and it's for the titles. It's their rematch. The Broserweights get the win here. They are officially probably done with the Undisputed Era. It was a good match. Went on for a while. Solid match. I enjoyed it overall. Eventually, what happens is Fish and O'Reilly were looking to get the finish in the match, and Matt Riddle fights back, and it's a double team assault. Then you have the Grizzled Young Veterans in full suits come out to cause a distraction for ringside that allows Kyle O'Reilly to go for a near fall on the roll-up attempt. The veterans were then wiped out when Fish was backdropped onto them. Matt Riddle and Dunn then hit Kyle O'Reilly with a double team knee strikes, and Dunn covered O'Reilly for the pinfall, and they get the win. So they retain the titles. The Broserweights defeat the Undisputed Era. They keep their belts, and then I don't know what they're going to do at the TakeOver show, but it looks like that's going to be it for them with the Undisputed Era. They've beaten them twice now. They beat them at the Portland show now. They've officially won the rematch, retained their belts here at the Performance Center. Next, close the show, Ciampa comes up with a promo. He calls out Gargano, who appears on the video screen. Ciampa says he was having none of it. He storms into the room where Gargano's on, and they fight. They have a brawl. They fight around the building, including into the trainer's room. And then Gargano, this is similar to what they do. What they do is when they fight, they have a cool tour of the PC, which is actually really cool. I thought that was a cool touch by WWE wanting to show it off. Then it was similar to what Shawn did to Marty Jannetty. Gargano throws Tommaso Ciampa through a glass window. In this version, Ciampa crashes into the window of an office door instead of a barber shop. Ciampa sold big, and Gargano showed no remorse. Gargano keeps pummeling Ciampa around the gym. Ciampa fights back when he uses free weights as a weapon. This is a cool brawl. Ciampa had a large weight at Gargano, who moved out of the way. The weight shattered the mirror, and they fought. They continued to fight, which was cool. I've always been so scared whenever I work out. If I get crushed by a weight, that's one of my fears. That's one of my great fears. They fight into the grandstands and fight into the crowd. Ciampa dragged Gargano into the announce desk, and they ended up on the platform perch above the desk, similar to what happened, what would be 3 years ago now? Oh, shit, that's been 3 years. Wow, since the Chicago thing when he killed him. They fight on the and Gargano puts him on the submission while they're on the perch, and he let go only to punch referee. Then they build to a stunt where Gargano teased sending Ciampa off the platform. Ciampa was playing possum, and he leapt into action, hoisted Gargano up for the air raid crash off the Eagle's nest onto the announcer's desk below. And the announcer's desk crumbles beneath the weight. So this was a great segment. This was very similar to Chicago 3 years ago when Ciampa turned on him when the feud really became big. That's when I first started doing LRMania. Wow, 3 years ago. This was a good segment, and it sets up the match. I'm not looking forward to it. I don't need to see Gargano and Ciampa ever again, but yeah, they're going to do a match again at the TakeOver. I don't know what the stipulation is yet. I would do a Hell in a Cell, but this was a good segment. This was a very cool ending. It was one of my favorite segments of the year in NXT, and I thought this was cool to end the show with. But I'm still looking forward to seeing another match because they've done every single thing they could do to each other in those 3 matches, but it will continue, and they will meet in Tampa if there is an NXT TakeOver Tampa, if that takes place. And if there is even WrestleMania and even have WrestleMania weekend. Who knows what's going to happen next with this goddamn coronavirus.